All right, now we got to this specific tick 7.3v. In this one, we're gonna be adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing rational numbers. Entonces, we're gonna be dealing with Pemdas, which is the order of operations. We first do any parentheses, exponents if we have, multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and then S for subtracting. We always do it in this order, okay? I'm gonna show you right now what is it about, okay? But that's what PEMDAS stands for. Okie dokie. Now, the first skill I have for you in this worksheet is we need to change fractions to decimals. Entonces, you have your calculators. So let me show you what we're gonna do. So we see that little fraction right there, 1/2. To change this into a decimal, we type it in the calculator as 1 divided by 2. So 1/2 is the same thing as 0.5. And then, since this is a mixed fraction, after we divide the little one, we're going to add the big number. So 0.5 plus 3 and hit the equals. So now this is 3 and 1/2 is the same thing as 3.5. I'm gonna show you, for example, this one, the last one. So I first divide the fraction. 1 divided by 10. And then add the big number 3. So this is 3.1. Okay? You guys work on these ones. Okay? So now that we know that, we're gonna use that skill to change our fraction right here. If you notice, you're given the same problem over and over, because I want you to practice how to do it. So we need to find what is the value. Basically, we need to solve. Negative 0.8 minus 4 2/5 times 6. Entonces, the first thing I'm going to do, change fractions to decimal. And then everything else I'm gonna keep the same. So I'm gonna keep negative 0.8. I'm going to keep the minus, and then let's change that. So first divide the fraction. 2 divided by 5. Okay, eso sale mal. 2 divided by 5. 0.4. That looks good. And then you add the big number 4. Okay, so minus, I'm just replacing this fraction by 4.4. And then I keep the parentheses the same. Okay. So now we follow order of operations. My order of operations tells me that I first need to do the parentheses. I don't have an exponent. And I have to do multiplication first. This parenthesis right here is telling me that these two are being multiplied. So I'm going to keep everything the same, negative 0.8 minus, and I'm going to multiply 4.4 times 6. So that's 26.4. Okay. Now, this is a rule that you need to remember if we're dealing with same signs. Write it as a note on the side. Same signs are going to add and keep the sign. So that means I'm going to add these two. 26.4 plus 0.8 equal. So that's gonna be 27.2, but the rule is to keep the sign. So I'm gonna keep it negative. So then my answer is gonna be letter D. Okay? So let's review it. We first changed the fraction into a decimal. We then multiplied. And then in this case, we added. Let's just go really quickly over number 2. I'm not gonna solve it, but I'm gonna show you. If you don't have a sign on the front, that means this number is positive. And then this one right here is negative. So write it on the side. If you have different signs, you're going to subtract. And then you keep the sign of the bigger number. Oof. The bigger or the largest number. Okay, so follow the same steps. Change the fraction into a decimal, write everything the same, multiply, and then, pues, I think I gave it away. You're going to subtract on this one because you have opposite signs. Okay, and then follow the same steps to work on this whole page.